Okay, everybody, I realized I made a mistake on number 3, the area model. What that means is, we did do this part correctly. We have, like say we have 4 by 6. It's the same as like if you draw a box and you want to find the area of the box, like everything that's inside the box. So you would divide this side by 4. So there's 4 units. And then the other side, the 6, we would divide it evenly by 6. And then you would just count how many units are inside the rectangle. So you have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So that shows how everything that's inside the box is the same thing as the 4 by 6. So if you divide one side evenly by 4, the other side evenly by 6, and everywhere that they meet in the middle is where it represents the area inside of the box. So it's just like the 4 by 6 equals 24. There's 24 units inside the box. So that's what it's saying. It says 2 numbers being multiplied represents the dimensions of a rectangle, rows and columns. So like this 2 by 2, this first 2 is the rows this way, and the second one is the columns this way. In the equation, like so 2 by 2 would be 2 that way, 2 that way. So then you'd count in the middle, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 by 2 equals 4. So now what we have is the improper fraction. We have not improper, mixed numbers. We have 2.5 times 3.25. And that's a little trickier to figure out like how much of the rectangle is actually being used. But we're going to use the same kind of concept. Let's see. Let's start by drawing a rectangle. Draw it black. All right, so the first number we're going to do across this way. We've got the 2.25 or 2.5. What we need to do is we know it's more than 2 but less than 3. So we're going to draw 3 even columns. I'll show you. So we're going to do like 1, 1, 2, and 3. And then the third one we know is not going to be filled all the way up. We're only going to use half of that unit to represent the fraction 2.5. So we've got and divide this last one by half. So that would be 1, 2, 1/2, and 1/2, right? So then the vertical side, we have 3.25. So what we need to do is divide this side by 4, because we know it's more than 3, but we're going to use half or a quarter of the last unit. So we need to divide it by 4. So let me do it this way. So this would be 1, 2, 3. So the last one we need to divide by 4 because we need to divide it in fourths. Represent that last fraction. And split that in half, that in half, and this in half. So this side is like 1/4, 1/4. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. And 1/4. So now what we need to do is find what each section represents. So let's say we're going to do the 2.5. So it'll be this way, it'll be 1 unit, 2 units, it's only going to be a half of the third unit. And then, so that's the 2.5 is represented. And then we're going to say the 3.25 is, now they overlap just like up here. It like this row and this row, they both overlap there. So we're going to kind of do that same thing. So we've got the 3, which would be 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units. And then we've got the 1/4 left over for the 4th unit. So this will be our quarter. And this is a half. Now change a little smaller. Okay, so now, just like in here, we have to find everything else that's also included. Because you know you have the 4 this way and the 6 this way, but we're going to find everything that is included in the whole thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to find everywhere that kind of overlaps, and we're going to do it yellow. So we have all of this is also included. What this means is our fraction 2.5 by 3.25, it's represented by this total, by this total rectangle right here. Yeah, that's all. We need to find everything that's inside that total square, or rectangle actually. We need to find everything that's included in the number. So if we count the whole units that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we know we have 6 total whole units. And then each of these are worth a half. This is equal to a 4 because it's the same as over here, right there. But then this one, this is that last unit that we have right here. Hold on, let's draw a different color. That is equal to, like, each section in here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this one would be 1/8. This part would be 1/8. That would all be 1/8. So the only one that's included in our area is the 1/8. So what we got is we have 6 plus, all right, so we have, no, this is 1/2 and this is 1/2, so that equals a whole. So that would be plus 1. And then we have 1/2 left over. But then over here, we've got 1/4 and 1/4 is 1/2. And then we have 1/8 over here. So now what we need to do is just add everything together. So we have 6 plus 1 plus 1/2 of 1/2 is 1 plus 1/8. So that's going to be equal to 8 and 1/8. So 2.5 times 3.25 is going to be 8 and 1/8. Another way, like, we could double check our work would be to change it to improper fractions and multiply straight across. So 2.5 would be multiply the 2 times 2 plus 1 would be 5/2 times 4 times 3 is 12 plus 1 is 13/4. And that would give us 13 times 5, 65, would be 8 and 1, 8. Because 8 times 65 divided by 8 would be 8, would be give us 1/8 left over. So we know our method checks out. If you have any questions, I know this is kind of tricky, let me know. I do have another example that we could try to work out to help you understand a little bit more. Let's see, what was the number? I did 2 3/5. 2 3/5 times 1 1/4. Sorry, I'm getting dizzy. 1 1/4. We're going to do this area model. So what you do first, start off with a rectangle. And I can't draw very well, so let's try it. Okay. And then we're going to take, I don't want a square. Technical difficulties. All right, so we're going to first take our 2 3/5. So our first number, 2 3/5, and we're going to, we know it's more than 2, but less than 4. So we're going to do 3. So we're going to divide this direction. We're going to divide it into 3. So we've got 1, 2, and 3, and those are not really that even. 1, 2, and 3. All right. But then our next one. Okay, so what we need to do now is we're going to focus on the 3/5. We're going to divide the last column in fifths. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know, let's see if we can get a little bit better. 1, all right, that's a little better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so that's a fifth. So now we're going to be working on the second column, the 1 and 1/4. So we know it's more than 1, but less than 3. So we're going to divide it by 2. So you know the second one has to be divided into 4s. We got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so let's do the first side. So we have 2 units for the 2 3/5. That's our 2 units. And then we have 3/5. 1, 2, 3, 5. So then our next side, we have the 1 and 1/4. So the 1 is going to be the overlap here. And then we're going to have 1/4 of the other one. So now we have our total area that we're working with, this amount right here. So we need to find everything that is inside this rectangle. So we start with highlighting everything that is included in there. So we can see what we have. Okay. So we know this is a full unit. This is a full unit. Then this was equal to 1/4, 1/4, 1/5, 1/5, 1/5. And then we've got this section. If we do this whole unit right here, let's see how many it's divided into. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So the part that's shaded in with the light purple, it's 3 out of the 20. So each one of these is going to equal 1/20. 1/20, 1/20, 1/20. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to add it all together. We've got 2 full units, or 3 full units that we know of. We have 1, 2, no, that's 2. My brain is not awake yet. We have 2 full units, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, we have 3/5 over here. And then we have 2 1/4, so that would be 2/4. And then we have 3/120, or 3/20, sorry. All right, so now what we need to do is add all of this together. But in order to do that, we have to find the least common denominator of all of these so we can add them together. So that looks like it's going to be 20. And then, so we've got 2 plus, so 5 times 4 is 20, so that would be 12/20, plus 5 times 2 would be 10/20, plus 3/20, it stays the same. So that would give us 2 plus 22, 3, 4, 5, 25/20. So we know 2 plus, or no, 2, and then 25/20 would give us 1 and 5/20. So that's going to be equal 3 and 1/4. So we can see if we got it right if we just multiply it out using improper fractions. So 5 times 2 is 10, plus 3 is 13/5. Then we've got 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5. So 5/4. So then we would just multiply straight across. 13 times 5, we've got 65. And then 5 times 4 is 20. So 65/20, equals 3 1/4. So our answers match up. So 2 3/5 times 1 1/4 equals 3 1/4. So if you need any extra help working through this, understanding what's going on, please let me know. I can definitely help you walk through it and try some more problems with you. Thank you.